Round two.
Round two. Conversation. Quote man.
Ready?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
How do you spend your stat points in video games?
Who said that?
Someone from the book of Genesis?
Yes, it's in the Bible.
Yeah, it's in the Bible.
Yeah.
About that points in video games.
Genesis 7:16,
Yeah. Or so what time is it? 7:26.
7:26. Yeah, whatever.
How do you spend your stat points in video games? So we were talking about solo leveling, and I was thinking about solo leveling, and I was like, what would be a good conversation? Yeah, the stat points, because again, I thought that would be the part that you enjoyed the most. So quick story time here.
Yes.
RPGs are starting to have things like hard mode because they're not your traditional 80-hour games anymore. So it might be a 30-hour game and then you can play it over on hard mode. But traditionally speaking, RPG type games don't have difficulties. You can't put it on hard. You can't make it easier. It just is what it is, right? So to make my experience a little bit more difficult, some of the RPG type games where you level up and have to choose new perks, skills, and use stat points, I let unbiased and choose where I put those points. Has she been paying attention to the game? Probably not.
Nope.
Does she know what I need? Probably not.
Nope.
Does she know what's going on? What type of monsters I'm currently fighting, which, might lead to a specific type of progression?
Nope.
No. So that makes the game like that much more difficult for me. But the thing that I do assure her of is whatever you pick is going to help in some way. But I will figure it out.
But in my defense,
all right.
It depends on the game. Like, I think we did it with Spider-Man or Miles Morales or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
And I was paying attention on that one.
Okay.
And I was like, well, I feel like maybe you need some health. Maybe we need to increase your health, or I kind of would talk it out.
She was like, "Oh, you're dying a lot, so here's some health."
No, but I might be like, you've been running
Try it again.
You've been running into a lot of groups of people.
I thought she was going to say you were running your mouth. I was like, where's the stats on that?
Right.
No.
It would fit for Spider-Man. Sarcasm is in there.
Yeah.
So
they need to add that next.
Some I pay attention to, and I have definitely paid attention to what you have on the screen there. Fallout 4, best game ever made.
Ooh.
That
made me feel the trash. It
made me feel like yeah.
I know he hated it, but hated it. I loved it.
And that game had a lot of different categories, more than normal.
Yes.
There are some games that have all those different types of stats that can be boosted, but you can't necessarily boost them, right? There's some that you can take stuff to raise attack, right? But then there's other things like, I don't know, spirit or something that only goes up when you level up.
So if you haven't been following along, what I'm about to say next isn't going to make sense, but it does come back up a lot like this stupid freaking Kit Kat that I just ate. Why does that taste keep coming back?
It's nasty.
It doesn't go away.
Where
it just keeps
on a sidebar. This will not go away.
I mean, you chose a crazy one to.
I wanted
just
to
eat
get
the whole
rid
thing.
of it. That's what I wanted to do.
We'll just throw it in the trash.
I'm about to
take a bite and then throw the rest in the trash.
All right. So to answer the specific question on the screen, how do I spend stat points in games? If it were just me.
Yep.
And I'm by saying one over there trying to sabotage my victories.
Mm-hmm.
I'm even Steven. I am even Steven. So a lot of people, okay, I have a mage, right? So I want to increase my magic, right? And get that as high as possible. I don't necessarily go that route. My strength for that character is low. I will get that up until it's even with the magic, but I would also get the HP and the strength and the vitality and the whatever's called in that game. I will get all the stats even. So right now I'm playing solo leveling Arise, playing the game, and I think all of my stats are at like 85. I think one is at 84 because I have a off amount of points for some odd reason. They give you 5 points per level. So yeah, that's just the way I do it. And I also think it allows me to be decent or good in any situation. right? And that comes up. I'm not limited to what I can do, but it also gives that extra little bit of challenge as well, right? Because my magic should be a little bit stronger and it's weaker. So if I'm against a monster that requires magic, makes it that much harder. So, but I know that going into it.
I think for me, it's about what is more fascinating to me, what I want to see my character be able to do. So if I'm on a game like Spider-Man or Spider-Man 2,
web sling,
it's going to be the different type of attacks. That's, how I'm going to look at it. I may not focus too much on what we'll call the technical side of upgrading all of his equipment, but I will focus on those attacks.
So attacks as in just cool attacks that you want to do, or is it
all attacks?
Well, is it like I do these types of attacks that lead into this, so I should get this attack up next?
Nope.
Like a combo kind of thing.
I will go through, and that's when I get to the even leveling. I will even level my attacks up. So I know that if I've spent 2 points on this attack.
So you do it the same way I do it.
Yeah, but I'm going to stick there. I'm not going to go to another portion of it to sit there and say, again, using Spider-Man 2, if I'm going to use the attacks, I'm not going to have my tech portions of the web that high. I'm not focused on that. I'm focused on the attacks only. That's how I'm going to do that. And then I'm leveling it through those.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, I guess the difference with stat points in Spider-Man is that everything kind of starts off at level 1.
Yeah, for sure.
So as opposed to the way I'm talking about
at the beginning.
Yeah, it's just like all your stats are kind of wonky.
Yeah,
right? Depending on the type of character you have, right?
Even then, I think for me, it's mainly attacks that I'll start with and give a little bit heavier of a one. A couple of exceptions where I'll go in and just make sure, like, for lack of a better term, intelligence. I may have that, to start off with, but then
compensating for something.
Yeah, of course. Smart person wouldn't have stuck the whole damn thing in his mouth.
Yeah.
Would have spit the Kit Kat out.
If you had higher intelligence stats, man.
Wow, there you
go. So in solo leveling that you're watching, this fool just decided to. He's been so jaded by being so weak.
Mm-hmm.
Fool put everything in strength.
Yep.
Everything. It's just like, I got a bunch of points strength all the way up, right?
Yep.
To the point where it's like he couldn't really do a whole lot, but there was this one monster he was fighting where the way he beat it was, I'm just so strong, I'm going to choke you until your head pops off.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a big serpent, like snake, you know, big giant snake. And he's just like, okay, I can't do anything with my weapons against you because they had like metal kind of scales or skin or something. I'll just squeeze your neck until your head pops off because I have all the strength. So that's kind of where he's at. But what about you? What do you? I don't know. I don't even know how to ask. I think you're trying to sabotage my games.
No, I'm thinking back to Fallout 4 because that's one that I was super involved in.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that there is an element that I try to keep things even like you do.
Okay.
But I also, like I said before, it depends on what's going on in the game too. Because, like, for instance, when we got to the point where you had discovered more and more of the map and we wanted to, I forget what it's called now, but you basically, like, you can just move wherever you want.
Like kind of teleport.
Yeah, like a teleport.
Yeah.
But remember, you couldn't weigh too much.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one, I think you had to even just earn the ability to teleport. And then it was like, oh, but you can't teleport with this much weight.
Mm-hmm.
But then you could move up your weight limit. And
well, stop giving me Kit Kats.
Well, I'm just saying.
Okay.
So, when we were trying to do that, it was, and you were carrying a lot of stuff, and we were like, well, we don't want to have to keep going back to the house to dump all this stuff off.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, let's just get to the max weight. Okay, now let's move on to something else, and we'll.
So yours is more of a default strategy. Like I think that's I think it's what most people do. Like if you, unfortunately, these games act like they're like open world. You can do whatever you want, and to a certain degree, you can. But if you want, I don't want to say easy. That's not the word I'm looking for. But if you're looking for a fast, easy way to progress through the game, it kind of nudges you in a certain direction on what you should be getting up at that time.
Well, and the thing is, like, as we were moving through that game more and more, we started hitting harder enemies. And depending on how fast you beat them or how slow, it was like, okay, got to get the strength up, or, oh, got to get the defense up, or whatever, oh, we got to get our health stronger because we're dying too quick. So I feel like it.
So I think that's more of a default strategy of what you need right now in the game.
Yeah.
Or to help you get to that next point. Yeah. Which, I mean, being honestly, I have done it that way before.
So that's how I do it vicariously through you.
I think she'd just be trying to mess my.
At least she's trying to level you up, man. That's what that's about.
I'm solo leveling.
You solo leveling?
He's solo dolo.
Up until Fallout 4.
Oh.
I totally ended up tricking him into play that game. I was like, I'm going to play it. And then I couldn't do anything.
No, she went to the store and bought the game.
Oh, there you go.
It wasn't even just without me. Just.
No, you were there.
When you bought the game?
Yeah, we got it at GameStop.
You got it at GameStop. I wasn't there.
Okay, well, you got a better memory than I do.
When you got the book, I was there.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got to break that down.
I got a deal actually on that game too because they had a used copy.
You know why they had a used copy the week it came out?
I can tell you why.
Because it's trash.
I don't care. I love that game more than any other game.
But anyway, she couldn't defeat the first cockroach. So.
I couldn't.
So she said, "Can you beat this roach for me?" I said, "Sure." So controller, 2 seconds, roach is dead.
And then I was like, "You go ahead and
just
keep
going." And 160 hours later, game time.
We had so much fun though. I had the book and I was telling him where to go, and it was
a spouse bonding experience.
It really was. We stayed up like super late. Remember?
That's sweet, man.
It was fun.
Now she won't stay up past 9 o'clock.
Adorable.
I know. Now I'm like, all right.
We're older now.
10 o'clock.
Yeah, this was 10 years ago.
Over 10 years, right? Oh, no, about 10.
Just about
10.
About 10 years ago. So anyway, got another announcement.
Oh,
do your other announcement.
Okay.
Drop the third of the second of three.
Second of three.
Second of three.
All right. So if you're still here,
we're sorry.
No. So we announced the giveaway earlier and how to enter. So this particular announcement is there's actually 2 giveaways going on. This one and another that you can go enter.
Yep.
So once you're done with this video, hop on over to a new show that we have called I've Never Watched. INW, episode 1, where we're going over Neon Genesis Evangelion. There's a giveaway on that video as well that you can enter. 2 giveaways. And that giveaway is for the same thing that we're giving away here, a $100 gift card of your choice. Again, international subscribers are welcome to enter as well. So again, when you're done with this video, hop on over. It should be out at the same time to IMW episode 1. There's information there on the giveaway.
There you go.
Enter here, enter there.
Yep. Easy peasy.
I don't know about that, but yeah.
Well,
easy peasy.
I tell you what wasn't easy peasy. Stupid Kit Kat.
I don't want to hear it.
Y'all ready for round 3?